Hi, my name is Aryan and Raven, as my name will show up. Um, this is about a detox in London, a drug alcohol detox in London, in the Maudsley Hospital, AAU, London. Anyway, detox gone terribly wrong. Went for an alcohol detox for 10 days and then um, going to a rehab after 10 days of detox. It was nearly finished, the eighth day of detox, about 48 hours to go. Um, a member of staff, which I knew just as a member of staff, as a nurse, and he was my key worker as well, which this member of staff didn't realize up until 48 hours before it was due um, to rehab. I'm trying to go and make this fast. This is my first video, so this person um, noticed me, um, asked me a few questions. I answered them. I told him that I was into the gay scene, as in a drag artist, cabaret scene in London. And this person went, "Oh, really?" And so I said a few names of people I knew, and this nurse said, "Wow, wow, you know people that I know," and basically completely turned around as in the person and went, "Wow, I should have you're gonna go in 48 hours, and I was supposed to be your key worker, but I didn't realize." I went, "Oh, really?" And he said, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Let me get you a Chinese and get to know each other." And I went, "Okay, yeah." And this is a very creamy guy. And I said, "Okay, yeah." And of course, I was still in detox and didn't feel well at all, and obviously not in my head because it's my first complete detox in my life. And I was looking forward to go to rehab for 6 months, as I had to, because I was on top of the list, thanks to beautiful doctors at King's College, for a liver transplant, which I need. And um, otherwise, I was told that I would die. I could die any moment, and definitely will die very young and very soon. And pushed me. People were so good, doctors, and said you're too young to die. And somehow I got really on top of the liver transplant list. But still, the only thing was I had to do this detox and rehab and show them that I could be clean for 8 months at least, and of course forever. And then they would go on, set the ball rolling for my liver transplant, because I'm in the end stage cirrhosis of the liver. To come back to the AAU, mostly London, the last 48 hours. So this key worker, supposedly nurse, got a Chinese for me and said, "Oh, wow, 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 I should have done better. I should have done my work better." And I didn't realize I was your key worker. And I went, "No, well, I'm going, in 48 hours." And he absolutely don't know. He basically there and then, spot on, was very, very interested in me. What happened was I told him that I still had my mobile phone, smartphone on me, which I shouldn't have had, because you're not supposed to have your mobile in the AAU detox. But I thought, okay, this guy, this nurse, member of staff, he seems really nice, and I'll tell him. And he said, "Wow, that's amazing. No one that I know of has been able to keep his phone or her phone for this long. How did you do it? I went, well, by not talking. I said, because I just used it for Facebook and things. He went, wow, wow, wow. Don't tell anyone, and don't. Make sure you keep your phone, and I'll give you my number. Um, which he said. I went, okay, okay. He said, oh, uh, Ariane, you are such a beautiful, good-looking guy, and I can't believe you are that I missed you for the last 8 days. I went, yeah, 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 yeah. He said, but yeah, now I'm with you. Now I've got you, and I will look after you. I went, okay, thank you. And he said, no, seriously, seriously. He said, I will look after you. And I went, okay, okay. And by that time, Chinese had arrived, and we're eating some Chinese, uh, and I just went to bed. And the next day, I was going to go to rehab. Or yeah, in the next day, basically. um, and next day, woke up. This nurse came in to see me and brought me beautiful presents, beautiful bath cream, shower gel, very expensive, as expensive is this nurse's taste, and he wouldn't give me anything less, he told me. I thought it was all very strange for all this to happen in 48 hours, but I thought, okay, I'm used to queens and as extreme as they can be, because gay people are my best friends, always have been. So I still thought it was very awkward. So this nurse went on and on and on. He couldn't stay away from me and kept on saying, "Oh, oh, I can't believe you gotta go. Leave. I can't believe it." And he said, "But I will look after you. I will please keep your mobile and please keep in contact with me, and I will look after you." And I said, "Okay, okay, okay, okay." Um, so yeah, the day for rehab came. Went to rehab. He started texting me straight away. Uh, Absolute crazy text, love poems, and stories of what was going on in Detox, how empty it was without me, and stories about people who were still there that who were there when before I left, but they were still there, and telling me how they were, and telling me stories about the staff and how he would look after me and save me, and how he couldn't wait for me to finish my rehab, and that he will look after me, that I found a friend for life. And it all was very strange to me. And again, for the first time in 28 years, I was completely substance free. And I mean, methadone, I got off for the first time in 26 years. I was on methadone constantly. Got off that, got off every single thing. So, of course, my state of mind can't have been okay any which way. And so, to have this nurse texting me constantly and telling me things that I can't make up. And so, definitely, this is not a made up story, because he told me that about his colleague nurse, who I'm not going to name in this video, but who also works there, that she saved him 9 years ago, which should be 10 years now. And I said, really? This is all in text now. I said, really? She saved you? And he said, yeah, nine. She said, I was just like you. And she took me in. She was really strict with me. And uh, she saved me from going back to drugs and gave me a new chance in life, which I'm going to give you. I went, really, really? He said, yeah, I promise you, I will meet you up with my friends like Boy George, and I want to meet your uncle Ruby. I want to meet him, really, drag artists, and I know very famous people, and all there will be is weed, and that's it. No alcohol, nothing else. I'll bring you to America because my parents got a house in Florida, and I'm going to America myself. He was telling me, and I was like overwhelmed with all that stuff and all these love texts and love songs. Oh dear Ariane, I love you, I love you, and it was crazy. And in one way, of course, I felt very lonely and very crazy and weird in rehab. And he was saying, I want to take you out of there or come and visit you. And of course, I believed all that and didn't think twice. And was really careful keeping my phone because there was kept on saying, don't let him know that you got a phone, otherwise we lose contact. Da, 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 da. Basically, he sort of talked me out of that rehab with all the promises that he would look after me, as I've got a friend for life. And I did leave the rehab for that reason, really. And, left rehab early, met up with him, went to his house with his colleague as well. I met him outside the Maudsley and went on the bus, went to his house, which was his parents' place in Dartford. Went to sit there. I was very nervous and in his bedroom, and the doorbell went. He went downstairs, came back upstairs, and he threw uh, 6 balls, red balls of crack cocaine, and 6 red balls of heroin in front of me, and saying, "There you go. I'm sure you will still like it." I went, "What?" I was completely shocked, and I said, "Yeah, well, yeah." So he said, "Well, there you go." And at the same time, he said, "I've got Valium. Here, you want some Valium? You want some Sobutex? I've got loads of it. Oh yeah, I've got some Xanax as well from America. Do you want that? You want Mogadon?" I went, "Yeah, of course." And crazy. I've never seen so many drugs in my life. Zolpidem to sleep, and he was completely in love with me, and he gave me the most expensive clothes to wear, and made photos, and sent me back on my way home, and saying, "I love you, I love you, I love you," and even gave me a nickname, which is Pulu, and I gave him a nickname called him Ping Pong, as in ping pong. I meant for myself, I meant ping pong, as in he's this nurse Nigel. He's ping pong in his head. But okay, I went with the flow. Of course, I couldn't say no to drugs being thrown at me and being told like, "Right, it must be Christmas all over for you," and so yeah, I did. That was it. Um, Left, and a week later, when came back to his house, he came to pick me up at my house, and we left for his house by taxi, and um, I was back on drugs again straight away. I suppose I OD'd at his place and he phoned an ambulance, and I said to him, "Don't phone an ambulance. What's wrong?" He said, "Well, you just died. You went blue." I said, "Cool. Phone the ambulance off because otherwise it will be a mess." And that's what he did. Called it off and still gave me shitloads and shitloads of drugs. And so that's the Mosley story for starters for you. And this is just the beginning of a longer story because they found out. I opened my mouth a little bit. So King's College found out the drug workers there, and they brought it up higher up. And Lorraine House, which is another sort of detox drug slam house in Brixton, picked up on it and said, "We got to bring this higher up." And I got very, very scared, and I got calls from them saying, "Are you scared? Are you being threatened?" And I said, it was just crazy. absolutely crazy. The NHS, mostly AAU, was crazy. And what happened, to be really short, to leave loads and loads of this story out, is that they closed the Maudsley, saying the reason was that they didn't have enough patients coming into the Maudsley. So this is just a bit of a big story. So I went for a detox, so I could have a liver transplant to change my life, and it got fucked up completely the other way around. I got went for a detox, got into rehab, and got pulled out of it by crazy staff, ex-drug user himself, and drug user, heroin on heroin again himself, and got me back into it. It's the beginning of my story. Thank you very much indeed, and I hope it's going to be on YouTube. And because I've got the strength now to talk about this, and I'm scared, because I'm really scared. And friends are worried about me and say, you gotta tell this story. Okay, thank you very much for now.